Tom Cruise is usually the action hero in his movies. No, not the last action hero, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger, but a hero nonetheless. However, there have been multiple times that Cruise almost bit the bullet on set. Here are 5 stunts that almost killed Tom Cruise. Coming in at number 1, we have Mission Impossible 2. Do you remember the awesome fight scene at the end, where Tom is pinned to the ground with a knife right above his eye? Well, that knife was connected by a precision cable, but if someone had made a mistake, Tom Cruise could have easily lost an eye. I mean, there's some serious trust from Tom, knowing that his life is in the hands of somebody making sure the math is right. I mean, this is Hollywood we're talking about. Mistakes happen. Just look at Space Jam 2. At number 2, we have Top Gun. Now let's start this off by remembering that a stunt pilot did actually die during the filming of this movie, and that Tom was almost its second victim. In the middle of the ocean, with a real parachute strapped to his back, Tom's parachute began taking on water rapidly. If it wasn't for someone on set noticing, Tom would have been the new Titanic and would quickly be making his way to the bottom of the ocean. Cruise came as close to dying as anybody on a set that I have ever seen. A quote from Barry Tubb. Rounding out our top 3, we have Edge of Tomorrow. You remember that film, right? It had Emily Blunt playing Rita. Anyway, during filming, Emily had a little mishap and ended up driving Tom Cruise into a tree at full speed. I left it a little late to brake and ended up driving Tom Cruise into a tree. I almost killed Tom Cruise, said Emily Blunt. Now I don't know about you, but if I have to go out, doing it in a high-speed car chase next to Emily Blunt isn't the worst way imaginable. Luckily, Tom survived and was able to continue filming, but if things had gone wrong, Emily's career would probably have been a car wreck too. At number 4, The Last Samurai. We've all seen Game of Thrones and so we're used to blood, guts and beheading. But that's when we know the actors are okay in real life. Well, that almost wasn't the case for Tom during a stunt scene in this movie. Tom's neck was right in front of me and I tried to stop swinging my sword, but it was so hard to control with one hand. Hiroyuki Sanada. Talk about a close shave. Well, if it had happened, at least the studio wouldn't need to spring for CGI. And Sandana might have landed himself a new role on Sleepy Hollow. Because, you know, heads will roll. Oblivion takes place at number 5. Tom loves to do his own stunts, but on this particular occasion, things didn't go to plan. He was speeding through the mountains on a motorbike when suddenly he lost control and went tumbling down a slope with the wheel still spinning between his legs. The next Theon Greyjoy, anyone? Despite his close call, Tom was quick to try a retake of the scene, and later revealed he loved riding the bike at such crazy speeds. Rather you than me, Tom. Okay, now that you know the health risks that come with being Tom Cruise, would you still want to be him? Is the risk of dying worth the money, the cars, and the women? Yeah, I know, stupid question, right? Well, at least you're going into this fantasy with your eyes wide open. And before you go, did we forget anything? Is there an even more death-defying stunt? Another costly mistake? Let us know in the comments down below.